So, I believe massive U.S.-Israeli military force made peace possible in the Middle East, and that is the subject of the rift. The likelihood of a hostage deal and ceasefire between Hamas and Israel is a wonderful thing that hopefully will lead to a comprehensive peace deal. President Trump's diplomacy has been superb, but in my view, none of this would have been possible without the use of strong military action. And let's be clear, this is the exact opposite of Joe Biden's failed policies. From top to bottom, the Biden people constantly whined that any use of military force would cause an escalation in the Mideast war. They were completely wrong. In fact, it was the use of force by Israel and the U.S. that is now ending the war. Appeasement never works. Peace through strength, including clear demonstrations of strength, does work. From day one, Mr. Trump gave Prime Minister Netanyahu and the IDF an open hand to do what they needed to do. Hamas is nothing more than bloodthirsty terrorists, and their cousins to Hezbollah's bloodthirsty terrorists, all controlled by the bankers and puppeteers in Iran, who themselves are bloodthirsty terrorists. Using unbelievable military force, however, Israel and the U.S. destroyed Iran effectively. In Gaza and elsewhere, the IDF destroyed Hamas. Before that, the IDF destroyed Hezbollah. Through several psychological intercepts, or advanced technologies, or sheer military power, the IDF did what it knows how to do. It destroyed the enemy. Just as soon as Joe Biden was out the door and Donald Trump came into the Oval Office, the entire situation changed in the Middle East. All the nonsense started years ago by Obama about peace deals with Iran, thrown out the window. Peace is wonderful, but it has to be earned by strength. Mr. Trump used other weapons, including trade and investment, to pull together a broad coalition of allies in the Middle East who supported his diplomacy. Mr. Trump is a master builder. Mr. Trump is a master statesman. He should get a Nobel Peace Prize, except those who make that decision are all a bunch of lefties, socialists, anti-American, globalist, Dabo types, the U.S. UN hangers-on, et cetera, et cetera. Even so, they ought to give it to him. But what's happened here through the judicious use of military force is that freedom and the principles of Judeo-Christian values have been preserved, not only to maintain Israeli freedom and independence, but Mr. Trump has protected freedom for the United States and for the entire world. And that's the rift.